Hello, one and all present here. This is Amit Kumar Singh, and welcome everyone to my data analytics program, where we are trying to use tools like MS Excel, R, Python, Power BI to make you understand the concept of business analytics. This program is being sponsored by Padma Shri Institute of Management and Science, and this is one of the initiatives with few colleges like Padma Shri Institute can only take. So I like to welcome everyone to this data analytics program and congratulate everyone for your kind presence. And let's start the program. So although we have done till now two classes and this is our third class, before I continue further, I just like to highlight the key features of what we discussed yesterday. So in case if anyone has missed yesterday class, he or she should not feel out of the league while connecting to the present class. So what we have done so far in MS Excel, we have discussed basically how we can open an MS Excel program. That is again a big thing for people like me. With I back to the days of 2007 or 8, it was one of the very great approach to even if we can open an MS Excel. Anyway, jokes apart. So coming back to the topic, when we talk about how we can open an MS Excel, you can directly do right click on your desktop. You can do right click on your desktop. You will get new. Can you perform the same thing what I'm telling you guys? Do right click on your desktop. Do right click on your desktop. You will get new. Under new, if you see, you'll find Microsoft Office. Can you do that quickly, guys? Quickly. So I hope you have done that. You can simply do right click, you will go to new. Under new, you will find MS Excel worksheet. The thing is that if you click on this, you will get a template. You will get a template, and then if you go inside that template, probably you will find MS Excel there. That is a one way. Other way, what you can do, guys, you can simply click on window button. You can simply go into window button. Here alphabetically, you can search an alphabet called E, and there you can find MS Excel. Or if you see in Office, you can see now in Office, you can find MS Excel, Word, PowerPoint, all available options of Microsoft Office will be there with you. So that is the other way. Now, other way to open MS Excel, you can go into Run. So to go into Run, I can simply press Window R. So you know where is the window. In case if you are not aware where is the window, you can probably not the window of your home, guys. You need to see on your desktop only. You have to search window on your desktop, and there if you see next to Alt or next to function key, probably in your desktop in the bottom left hand side, you'll find a key where something like window, Microsoft Office symbol will be there. So not the symbol of your window of your home. So that if you click, you can see something like this. So if you press window R together, you can see something called Run. And under Run, if you write Excel, under Run, if you write Excel and then press enter, probably then you will get to explore the world of Microsoft Office. Here, guys, if you see this this Microsoft Office which is being opened, this what we get opened, we call this as a workbook. Now what you see, this I called as a workbook. Okay, now whenever you open this workbook, when you open this workbook can come up with different colors. Here you can see my workbook. It is somewhat like white green color background. You can see I don't like much white and green colors. I'm kind of person who like more black or dark colors because I'm already dark, so I like dark colors. So probably for that, what I can do, if you are really someone who is more specific for colors, you can go into general. General is there under Excel options. To go into Excel options, you can press Alt FT. You can press Alt FT, the shortcut key. You can use the shortcut key called Alt FT. Okay, so you can press Alt FT. If you go inside Alt FT, you can see first of in your screen which is there, There you can see general. Under general options, under Excel option, you can find general. Under general here, if office theme, you can change it with any color. So if I like black more, if I click on black, I press OK. Now you can see. Now my background will become black in color. Fine, everyone. So now my background is black in color, and which I'm liking it very much. So if you are not someone who like black color, you can change it color to anything. You can do manually. You can click on file, under file. You can go into options, under file, go into options, and then you can change your office theme. Fine, everyone. I hope it's not something difficult for you to digest. So, so you can easily digest this. So I hope this part is clear with everyone. So when you open an MS Excel workbook, when you open MS Excel workbook, the top the top left hand side, what you see, you'll see certain icons. So which we already discussed yesterday. Those set of icons are called as quick access toolbar. So quick access toolbar is basically a platform where you have readily available ribbons. Okay, you can use those ribbons to navigate or to function any set of keys if it require for your normal purpose of working on MS Excel. So gradually, if you have to use save option, or if you have to use undo, redo, any options like that, so you don't have to search ways undo, ways redo, what is a shortcut key for that, or conditional formatting, all that ways conditional formatting, I have no idea. So there are a lot of ribbons you may or may not be available or aware about where they are. So the best way is to put everything under quick access toolbar. So if you want to put more options, more ribbons under quick access toolbar, you can simply click on this drop down arrow and you can go into more commands. So under more commands, you can put more options, more ribbons for you people. Okay, and just click on add. So if you click on add, automatically those ribbons will be added here. And then while working, you probably need them. Like I probably need this save option. This is something which is like, this is like my blood when I work on MS Excel. So after every 5 minutes, I keep pressing Control S, Control S, Control S. I remember my days when I was working with TCS, and I don't had a habit of saving. So it one day it created a big mess. So I really suggest everyone that you can follow that routine of whenever you're working on any office tools, you make a habit of saving it continuously. So that is the very important thing, guys, you need to do. So the first of all, guys, whenever you open any workbook, guys, the first of all, what you should do, guys, you need to always save that workbook. Okay, book name like book one, book two, book three, and all doesn't look good. I don't think so. So never try to send any mail to your client or your college respective teachers with a file name called book one or book two, something like that. So whenever you have a workbook, always give a proper naming to the workbook. So because at least that your workbook deserve, either they're living or non living. So the how we can save that workbook the moment we open the workbook, how we can save that. For that you can use a shortcut key called Alt FA. So you can use a shortcut key called Alt FA. So if you use a shortcut key called Alt FA, if many of you are not able to use shortcuts, nothing to worry, guys. You can simply click on file. If you click on file, then you can go to save as. Once you go into save as, guys, then this is my desktop. So my options are available. You can you in your laptop you have your own options available which will show you where you want to save this. So either you want to save in different folders, or you want to save in your desktop, you want to save your downloads, your documents, that is up to you. And you can search where you want to save it. So if you want to navigate more, you can click on browse. You can click on browse, and there you can figure it out where you want to save, either in downloads, something which are not very relevant to me, so I put them under downloads. Okay, or some recorded videos I put under documents. So it's up to you. You have your own ways of finding out where, which medium or which platform is the best source to save it. and then you can give some file name to that. So some file name depending upon on 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 what logic or what objective you're working on in MS Excel. So that is up to you. That is very subjective thing. So you can give a file name to that, guys, and you can save that. By default, whatever you will save, it will get saved in with this name called Excel workbook. So Excel workbook, when we say Excel workbook, by default, whenever you save, okay, whenever knowingly, unknowingly, when you're working in Excel Alt FA and just put it where you want to put, okay, so you put somewhere wherever you want to put, and you give a name, some name, so maybe finance, something, some name, finance assignment, some name I've given, okay, and then if I simply press enter, if I simply press enter, if I simply press enter, now if I close this, so if I close this, okay, I press enter, now close it. So I'll go to the place where I save it. I saved with this Amit Finance. So there, if I go and check, so you can see this finance assignment. And if I do right click, and if I go and check in the properties, if I do right click and check in properties, it will be saved with the extension .xlsx. You can see this, guys. So remember the extension. So the Excel files, the latest Microsoft Office tools, whatever we are using. So whenever we save it, I'm talking about MS Excel, it will be saved with the extension called .xlsx. So you can see the extension, guys. It will save with the extension called .xlsx. You can see this. This is .xlsx. Okay, so this is saved with this extension. Okay, so now this is important for you that you should know that. Okay, next thing is that, guys, I have told you to work on macros. I hope you remember. Yesterday also I gave you an example of macros. I have shown you so how you can work on macros. So when you work on macros, 1 minute, I'll show you macro. So when you work on macros, guys, so like you remember, no, yesterday I've shown you that how to work on macros. To work on macros, you need to go into developer tab. So developer tab, you can see, in case if the developer tab is not visible, you can go to options, their options, customize ribbon, and tick on developer tab. So once the developer tab is visible, you can go under developer tab. You can go under Visual Basic. I hope you remember. Yesterday I shown you that the etiquettes of saying good morning or welcoming everyone to the MS Excel class. So give some name. So I shown you to write a message. Uh, Simply, hello everyone, welcome to MS Excel class. You remember, right? So we did this already yesterday. Okay. So then F, you simply either press F5, you or either click on this run, and then that message will come. I hope you remember. So whenever you work on macros, so it is very, these are called macros. What I just did, I use a platform called VBA, Visual Basic for Application, and I run a program macros. So whenever you work on macros, or so it is very important that you should save it in a macro enabled workbook format. Okay, so for that, when you're saving Alt FA, so when you're saving it Alt FA, so when you're saving it Alt FA, so wherever you save, and if macros are involved, you should always save with this type called macro enabled workbook format, guys. You should save always with that type, that is called macro enabled workbook format. Okay, everyone. So when you save it in macro enabled workbook format, so if you save in that macro enabled workbook format, hmm, so if you save it in a macro enabled workbook format, and then if you see the extension, guys, let me show you the extension of macro enabled workbook format. I do right click and I'll go to properties, and I'll check it extension, guys. If you see it properties, and if you check it extension, you can see this. Okay, you can see this. You can see this, the extension of this is dot XLSM. Okay, so remember this. So when you work on macros, so you have to remember that. Okay, so now the extensions are very important. Okay, so in objective type exam, like many companies, no, like MNCs, any MNCs you talk about, no, you once you're done with your graduation or post graduation, 100% I'm telling you guys, I'm being associated with a lot of institute where I go and deliver classes on MS Excel. So many graduates or postgraduates keep coming and they say that, sir, I have cleared 1 or 2 rounds of this XYZ MNC and now I need to clear one Excel round. So I need your help. So many people come for that reason. So you are fortunate that you're studying in a college which is giving you such kind of training, which many colleges don't at all think about. So now what happens? You need to clear an Excel round, and there you get an objective type questions on MS Excel. So there, what matters that you may get some objective questions like this. So desktop and all here, if you see the desktop extension is .docx. So like this little bit, if you know, also know the extensions of PowerPoint, MS Excel, uh, the MS Word, it will be really good for you people to clear the objective type exams. They will not ask difficult questions. They'll ask you very basic questions. Okay. So I remember back to the days of 2007, 9. So that time we don't had much advanced Microsoft Office platform. So that time when we were working on Excel or any other Microsoft Office tool, it was being suggested to us that whenever you're saving it, you should always save with 97 2003 workbook format. So if you save anything with 97 2003 workbook format, for example, if you try to save anything with 97 2003, I'll show you. I just did control N to save show you that part, that I'll simply save it. Okay, so suppose book 2 is the name, and if I save it in 97 2003 workbook format, okay, then what will happen? So this will be more compatible to any existing older versions of Windows. So it can happen in your life that you visit some system in some remote area of the country, which where you don't have what you say more advanced window versions available in the system, and there if you try to open .docx or .xlsx or .xlsm file, okay, it may not be very comfortable to open it. So here, if you save in 97 2003 workbook format, if you save in 97 2003 workbook format, probably guys, if you it's a micro, it's up enabled only 1 minute. If you save it in 97 2003 workbook format, if you save such file in 97 2003 workbook format, it will be opened from any system, guys. It will be opened from any system. Okay, so like see this extend, why that macros again coming 1 minute. I hope you can see this. This is .xls. Can you see the difference, guys? Now you can see this. So now I have saved this file with 97 2003 workbook format. So you can see the extension. Its extension is .xls. Okay. So this can be opened anywhere. Like I'll give you an example, guys. Very common example I'll give you. Like very recently, it happened that one college wanted me to send. They called me. They told me, can you send me the complete program of data analytics, what you can do? So I did everything. I put everything in MS Excel. I put proper macros, everything I did to make it look better. And then I sent them. Okay. So I got a reply that the file what you have sent, we are not able to open it because it is being sent to them in .xlss .xlsm format, means micro enabled workbook format. And many, you know that many many handsets what we are using, maybe they are not very compatible with the macro format of the MS Excel. So for that, they have to install Microsoft Office and then they have to open it. Phones like some Oppo phones or something, they have some other platform similar to Microsoft Office, WNS Office format, something, which won't be very compatible. Okay, so why sir you're telling all this? So the reason, guys, why I'm telling you all this, because you very soon gonna forward your resume. Okay, resumes of what you will forward to different companies or different HR or anywhere. Probably you will send in MS Word format. Okay, so when you are sending your resume, simply for an example, so I really request you that when you're saving that resume, guys, you can save that resume probably instead of simply Word document. If you save in 97 2003 document, so it will save with an extension called .doc instead of .docx. And that way, guys, it doesn't matter what kind of handset, what kind of updated version of mobile operating system, what the other person is using, but he or she will definitely will able to access the data what you send the person. I hope you're understanding. We are learning something called data analytics. Amit sir is teaching you, Amit sir is teaching you data analytics. Data analytics is all about analyzing your data. Imagine you sent your resume to some XYZ person and that XYZ person cannot perform data analytics on the data what you sent to XYZ person in the form of your resume, then what is the point of working on that form of data analytics? So we need to think always with keeping ourselves in other person's shoes. We need to think that how we can make ourselves more presentable so that the other person can simply understand what we are expecting from them. So that way it will make more sense to us. So I hope you could have understand what I have just now from last 5-10 minutes. I'm trying to communicate to all of you. So a few very basic things I discussed. I just said that certain files, certain Excel file or Word file, which you believe that you are gonna send to many people. So when you're saving it, Alt F8, whenever you're saving it, Y2, whenever you're saving it. So if possible, if it's possible for you, save in 97 2003 workbook format. So that way you can increase your visibility. Okay, so then no one will find any compatibility issue to open your workbook, either it's Excel or either or any documents. So it can be done very easily. Okay, everyone. Any doubt, anyone, any question, anything you want to ask from me? Any question, any concern, anyone, anything you want to ask from me? I hope you people are understanding till now. First, so just now I told you that whenever you open any workbook, I told you how you can open a workbook. Once you open one workbook, you want to open more workbooks, you can press Control and Control and Control N. So with Control N, you can open as many workbook as you want. If you want to close those workbook, you can use Control W. Control W or Alt F4. You can use Control W or you can use Alt F4 to close your existing workbooks. Okay, everyone. Control N to open new workbook, Alt F4 or Control W to close your existing workbook. Clear, everyone? So never forget this thing. Okay. So once you opened any workbook, I suggested you that it doesn't look good, no, book 2, book 3, like such kind of titles. I suggested you that when you open any workbook, Alt FA, okay, save it with a defined platform. Okay, so and you define, so when you work in corporate, there will be some files which need to be saved in some defined place. Okay, so they are like I don't want to quote many examples. I just want to say that the defined locations will be given to you. You have to make sure that you do the required work, what is being suggested by your client or by team leader, and put that Excel workbook in that defined place. Okay, so make sure you simply don't put it anywhere. So you can do Alt FA and then you can browse. You can figure out the defined place what is being suggested by X and YZ person, and then you put it there, and that way it will work will be done. Now, whenever you open any workbook, like either 2007 version or 10, 13, 16, 19 version of Excel, if you're using, by default, whenever you open, it will always come up with one sheet. So okay, it will always come with one sheet, and you can increase more sheet by clicking on plus sign, plus sign, plus sign, and you can get as many sheets you want. Now imagine you are working in such an Excel environment where every time when you work on Excel, you need 5 sheets. Okay, minimum you need 5 sheets, and every day when I press on plus sign, plus sign, plus sign, it's an irritating thing for me. So what I can do, I can automate this. I can customize my Excel so that next time when I'll open the Excel, it should come up with 5 sheets. So that is very easy to be done. You can press Alt FT, go to Excel options. Okay, under general, you can see here. You can see here include these many sheets. So here one is coming. Include this these many sheets. Here one is coming. One. So now if I need that every time when I work on Excel, I need 5 sheets. So click here, make it 5, and then press OK. Okay, guys. Then if you press Control N, if you press Control N, next time when you'll open, it will get opened with 5 sheets. Okay, next time when it will open with 5 sheets. So you manually now don't have to put 5 sheets. That you can do anytime, but I'm just telling you. So Control N, you see whatever Excel workbook I open, it will get open with 5 sheets. Okay, because I customize it with 5 sheets. I made it like to have 5 sheets because I made it to have 5 sheets. Now it opened with 5 sheets. Okay, everyone. So you can do that. You can do Alt FT, and under Alt FT, you can change this, include these many sheet. Here also you can change your font also what you are writing in Excel. So I put Arial black. So if you want, you can change it anything. Any other font size if you want, you can change it. So if you want add Arial narrow font size, if you want to change, you can change it. Okay, these all are self-explanatory. Okay, so these are self-explanatory which you can easily understand. Okay, everyone. Anyone, any doubt? So this you can understand, guys, everyone. So when we work on Excel, okay, when we work on when we work on MS Excel, at the top, what we see, that is the title bar. At the top left end, what we see, that is the quick access toolbar. Under that, we have tabs. We can see tabs. So when you see these tabs, many times developer tab will not be visible for you. In case if the developer tab is not visible, you can do customize ribbon, and there you can click on developer tab. Okay, you can do that. Okay, you simply do Alt FT. If you do Alt FT, go to customize ribbon, and you click on developer tab, and thereby your developer tab will get visible for you. Okay, everyone. Thereby, guys, what happens? Those who are in second semester, who are gonna go in second semester of MBA now. So probably I'll teach you, not me or any faculty can teach you. So we'll do this topics. We'll do the subject called operation research. Okay, so in operation research, we'll work on something called solver. Okay, so the same solver you can use when you go to business plan competition. Tomorrow, if you have some business and you want to work on some kind of business plan competition, so there you'll work on such kind of scenario where you want to maximize your profit or minimize your loss, or you are working on some kind of business plan strategy where probably you want to get a defined profit or return of this much. So that there we use a very powerful Excel tool called Solver. So Solver is something like this. So solver is something like this. This is the solver. This is called solver. Okay, here you put the objective function. What is your objective function? Maxima or minima or a value of. By changing your variable cell, here you put your constant. You click on solve, it will solve and give you the answer. Otherwise, normally when we work on LPP problem, those who are from BCA or mathematics background, they have definitely seen uh, the application of LPP programs. Others who are in fourth semester, definitely they've seen. Those who are in second semester, very soon they're gonna see. So normally those who are undergraduate BCom or BBA, although they may not have seen this LPP, but it's very important, guys. Very soon you are gonna see only if when you do MBA or MCA. So normally I'm not going to detail of that. I'm just showing example. So normally when we write linear programming problems under operation research subject, something like this will have an equation that maxima of z or something is equal to 3x1 plus 5x2. Simply I'm writing a dummy example. Subject to, you have a constraint like 5x1 plus 12x2 is less than or equal to 13, and then 7x1 minus 13x2 is greater than equal to 4, and then non-negativity restriction x1 and x2 to be greater than equal to 0, something like this. Already I have taught to those students who have done BCA or MBA. Already these things have been done to them. This is called LPP programming, and solving this is a big pain, guys. So you can solve it by using graphical method or by simplex method or by bigger method, by two-phase method. But the same thing you can do in Excel very easily by using this command called solver. This solver will not be visible to you. You can find solver under data. You can find the solver under data tab. If you go under data tab, you will find solver. You may many of you it won't be visible. Okay, then there's a ribbon called data analysis. Data analysis, this I think everyone will be familiar about the concepts like ANOVA, correlation, covariance, descriptive statistics, F-test, Fourier analysis, histogram, moving average, regression, sampling, t-test. Already these things, test of hypothesis is there in statistics subject, okay, for undergraduate or postgraduate students. So this data analysis, this solver, you will find under data, okay, and you can use them to perform advanced statistical analysis. It may not be visible for you. To use this tools, these are add-ins what you need to put on your Excel. So how will you put those add-ins? So for that, you will go to options. Under options, if you click on add-ins, under options, if you click on add-ins, and then here it will get manage Excel add-ins. Click on go. If you click on go, there you need to tick this analysis toolpack solver add-in, and then you have to press OK. So when you press OK, the Excel will take 2-3 minutes time. Okay, and then you can find them. Then you can find data analysis and solver in data. For me, it's not happened because already being installed. In case it's not installed in your system, you can do that. Go to options, Alt F-T, go to options. Under options, go to add-ins. Under options, go to add-ins. Under options, go to options, Excel options, go to add-ins. Under add-ins, go to manage Excel add-ins. Click on go. Tick this, press OK. So, or then after 2-3 minutes, you'll find data analysis and solver available in your desktop. It's not in desktop, available under the data tab. Okay, in the Excel. Can you see that? Everyone, can you do this? So after some days, I'll start talking about data analysis. I'll do that for you people. So for that, right now only you install this. Everyone, please do that. what I said, Shruti, I told you that go to file, go to file, under file, go to options, go to file, under file, go to options. There, go to add-ins. Click on add-ins. Click on add-ins. Okay. Then what you do? Go under manage. Manage. Under manage, you'll find Excel add-ins. Click on go. And there, tick this analysis toolpack and solver add-in. Press OK. So then you will find this data analysis and solver under the data. Under the data tab, you will find data analysis and solver. Done, everyone? Did you get it? What about others? Anyone finding any difficulty? Analysis tool pack, Reshma. Analysis tool pack. You can do analysis tool pack VBA also. That means that doesn't mean much. You can tick everything, no? If we are getting anything for free, why to lose it? Get everything. Okay, everyone. Anyone, any doubt? Any doubt, anyone? Clear? Can I go ahead? Please give me go ahead signal. Click, show me thumbs up sign, everyone. With that, I can understand. Yeah, you people understanding. You have installed. So give me thumbs up sign, everyone, very quickly. And please post comment in the videos of my YouTube. What is your opinion? Do feel to put your comments in the videos in my YouTube channel. whatever you feel about the video, good, bad, worst, very worst, anything, you can put it there. If you don't like me, you can just put it there. Hmm. Thank you, everyone. So we'll continue. So I hope you have understood. So because guys, detail of solver and all linear programming problem, I don't want to do it now. If you want, I have that video on my what you say in my YouTube channel. I can show you. If I don't know if you are really interested or not. Many people, I'll just put that for you people. If you are interested, you can watch that. So anyways, if you are in MBA second semester, you will definitely will do in this semester LPP problem by using solver. And if you are probably undergraduate or any other semesters probably, then if you don't do also, it's okay for you. So doing this is not a compulsion. If you do, it will be good for you. Okay, everyone. I hope you understand. This is the link for that LPP problem. So if you want, you can see. If you want, it's your wish. Okay, so by which you can solve by using solver. So it might helpful for you if you go for business plan competitions and all. So they'll give you a case study and then they'll give you scenario and they expect you that you can show a business model which maximum revenue and maximum profit or with minimum cost, something like that. Okay, everyone. So all this can be done by using solver. Okay, solver, it's very, very, very strong tool. Hmm. So very strong tool to do that. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Okay, guys. Anyway, so I know you'll definitely will do. So now I hope you people are clear with what all I have done so far. So when we talk about Excel, you can see here suddenly sir, ribbons are not visible. You can see ribbons are not visible. You can make ribbons visible by pressing Control F1. If I press Control F1, the ribbons will get visible. If I press Control F1, ribbons will get hide. If I press Control F1, my ribbons will get visible. So you can understand, you can make ribbons visible or you can hide a ribbon. So under tab, you have ribbons. Under each tab, you have lot of ribbons. Like just now through Excel manage add-ins, you have installed the ribbons like data analysis and solver. Okay, guys. So these ribbons, these tab and ribbon, you can customize by yourself. So you can go to a file, under file, you can go to options, under options, if you go to customize ribbon and under that you can click on new tab, and when you click on new tab you can rename that new tab with some name. You can rename this new tab. 1 minute. Fine. So sorry for inconvenience. So what you can do guys, so what you can do, you just click on new tab. You can just click on new tab and you can rename this new tab. You can rename this new tab, guys. Okay, so you can rename with some name. So suppose I created a new tab called Amit Kumar Singh. I created a new tab, suppose called Amit Kumar Singh. I created a new tab. Suppose Amit Kumar Singh. I created a new tab called Amit Kumar Singh, for example. Okay, so you can customize a tab based upon your requirement. Suppose I created a new tab with a name called Amit Kumar Singh, and then what you can do under this new tab, You can create groups. You can create groups. Okay, so you can create groups. So here, there's a group, and you can again rename that group. Already we discussed about them yesterday. You can rename this group like finance, marketing, HR, anything. You can rename this group. Again, you can create another group. You can rename it finance, then marketing. So you can make as many group as you want. So you can simply click on new groups and then rename it. So anything, operation, research, HR, like this, I can make as many groups as I want. And then under each group, like under this, I have trying to customize a tab called Amit Singh. Under that, I have created these groups like finance, marketing, and operation. Under each group, you can put as many font size as you want. You can not font size. You can put as many ribbons as you want. You can put it there. You can put all ribbons as much as you want. You can put ribbons, and like that you have this. So you can put as many. There's so many ribbons are there, guys. So you just simply click on ribbons. Okay, you simply click on ribbons, put them inside, and then if you press OK, you can see there's a tab called Amit Kumar Singh. You can see a tab. You can see a tab called Amit Kumar Singh. Under that tab, you'll find these ribbons. Okay, so that part already we discussed. I hope you remember that. Okay, so you can that you always you can do while working on that. If you want to reset it, what you did, realization, you can do that, and again the things will become back to the zero. So you can do that. You can see under each tab, you have groups. Like if I see under home, I have group like clipboard, font, alignment, number, style, cells, editing. These groups I have. Okay, under each groups you can see lot of ribbons. Under each group you can find ribbons. Okay, so these ribbons gradually you need to learn how to use these ribbons. Okay, you have to make sure that you make yourself a very good command on these ribbons. Okay, everyone. So that way, if you do, it will work for you. You have some kind of ribbons which can speak. Like you write, it will speak for you. So that also you can do. So you write and it will speak for you. Like for that, you'll go here, you go under all command. If you go under all command, and here you search for S means speak cell. So SP, speak cells. So you'll find SPE, you'll find speak cells. You can find speak cells. So you can find speak cells, and you can see speak cells. So if I click on the speak cells, so if I click on speak cell, where it went, 1 minute. So under customize ribbon, all command, under quick access toolbar, all command, go and put speak cell, speak cell, PQRS, speak cell. So speak cell, you can see this speak cell, add this. Okay, press OK. So if I write anything, can you hear this? So speak cell, if I write my name, click on speak cell. Did you like it? So tomorrow when you're working, so you can do that. Here in speak cells also, so what you can do under the speak cell also, you can do like this. So speak cell on pressing enter, that is there. So speak cell on enter, you can do that, speak cell on enter. So anything. Anything you write. Understood, right, everyone? You want to put on your laptop like this on your system. Did you like it, guys? Quickly do that. Go to Alt FT. Do this, everyone. Alt FT. Do Alt FT. Under that, go to Quick Access Toolbar. Here, from popular, change to all command. From popular, change to all command. Why it's not coming? From popular, change to all command. From popular, change to all command, and there search speak cells. Okay, everyone, do that. So tomorrow what happens? No, imagine you are doing some project work and you like it, you are doing writing very fast. So and you don't have time to go and check in your screen what you are writing. You're doing it very fast. So if you do this speak cell on enter, so it will keep telling you. So by that you are aware about what you are writing. So suddenly if you get to hear something which you are not supposed to write, so you can edit it. I hope you are getting me what I'm trying to teach you. Do that, everyone, very fast. Try that. Let me know if you're facing any problem. Can everyone, can we go ahead? Change the voice. Change the voice, not possible. Kishore, uh, change the voice. How you can change the voice or what? You want a girl voice or what? Kishore want to change the voice from male to female. Kishore, that is not there. You can do it by yourself. Okay, fine. Jokes apart, let's continue the class, guys. So I hope you understood this. Then going below the numbers, you can see you we have talked about tab. Under tab, we saw the ribbons. Under ribbons, you can see the address bar. You can see the address bar being written as D10 because right now I'm the cell D10. You know that this is cell. where whatever we work on Excel, we work in cell. Okay, the address of the cell where we are exactly locating, you can get it from by looking at the address bar. Whenever you perform any mathematical functions, so that will do with equal to sign, like 6 plus 7. So whenever you perform any mathematical function, that you can see in the formula bar. Okay, that you can see in the formula bar. I hope you can see that. Next to the address bar, you can see formula bar. So under formula bar, you can see any mathematical operations, whatever you are performing there. So any mathematical operation, if you perform, you can see in the formula bar. Any mathematical operation, guys, if you perform, you need to perform with equal to sign. Sir, I want to plus, sir. I want to plus, sir. Some numbers are there, sir, like 78, 99. Now this I need to. So this is now turned to irritating for me. So I now suppose if I want to add this, some numbers are there. I want to add them. So if I want to add them, you cannot add them simply. Okay, so add them in Excel. If you want to add them, you need to use equal to sign. The moment you press equal to sign, the moment you press equal to sign, this cell become active. Can you see this? The cell will become active. The moment you press equal to sign, the cell will become active. The cells will become active. Okay. So to add these numbers, what you can do, guys, you can either manually write 78 plus sign. I hope you can see plus sign. So you click on plus sign, then you can write manually 98 plus sign. Then you can write 567, then plus sign, then you can write 45. That you can do manually, guys. Otherwise what you can do, you simply use up arrow, right arrow, down arrow, left arrow, go to the cell. So this cell is J3. So J column, third row, plus, then again use up arrow, J4. You can see the color being changed, that each color signify with cell. Then plus, then J5 plus J6. Like this, if you do and add it, you will get the answer. And then if you want to check the mathematical operation, what you did. So you want to check, you want to change anything. So you can press F2. Click on that cell, press F2. Any doubt, anyone? Anyone, any doubt? Guys, please write some random number. Do this addition, subtraction, multiplication, all that. Please do by yourself. Please try. Write some random number. Do some addition, subtraction, all that by yourself. Try that. Can you do that? Everyone, very fast. Okay, great. So you can do that, guys. The shortcut key to do sum is Alt equal to. You can press Alt equal to. The shortcut key, guys, for doing sum, if you want to do sum, the shortcut key of doing sum, either you can do manually, guys. Either you can do manually, you can manually write these values like this, plus this, plus this, plus this, like this you can do, or you can do what you can do, you can simply press alt equal to. If you press simply alt equal to, again the same sum you can do. So you can see a button next to backspace. There's a plus and equal to sign is there. So you can press shift. If you press shift and that button, then plus sign will come. If you press without shift, then equal to sign will come. I hope you are aware about all this. The shortcut key for doing sum is alt equal to. Anyone, any doubt? Anyone, any doubt? Any question? Okay. Now the other way to do sum, you can write equal to sum. You can use this function, guys. You can use the function insert function. Shift F3. Shift F3. If you press Shift F3, you can see insert function. Can you see that? Shift F3. Shift F3. If you press Shift F3, you can do see functions, insert function, different kind of function, mathematical, statistical, financial, trigonometrical, logical, all that functions are there. So you can either check the function from there or you can simply write basic functions like sum and also we know we don't have to check. Then open bracket. Then what you do, select the cell, like first cell, comma, second cell, select the cell, comma, third cell like this, comma, fourth cell. Can you understand this? This is the other way to do the sum. This is the other way you can do the sum. Anyone, any doubt? This is the other way you can do the sum. You select the data one by one, put comma, you write equal to sum, select your data one by one, put comma, and press enter. Clear everyone? Okay. Other way, what you can do, guys, you can simply write equal to sum, open bracket, just select the data. Control shift press in together and like this, up arrow. So everything will be get selected. The other way would have written J3, two dot next to L. Can you see two dots? Okay, and then you write J6, the last cell. How to do this, guys? I'm telling you, see it properly. Go to sum, then use up arrow. Go to the first cell. Okay, then what you do? Control shift up arrow, right arrow like this. You select everything. Control shift down, up arrow. So everything gets selected. Close bracket, enter. Anyone, any doubt? Anyone, any doubt? So this will be more helpful when you perform lot of data. When you have lot of data, guys. Okay, you have lot of data, guys. Like I'll show you some examples. Then you'll understand this. Something like this. Suppose something like this. Suppose I have to add this. There's so many data are there. I want to add this data. Okay. So many data are there. I want to add this data. I want to add this data. Okay. So you can see so many values are there. I want to add these values. So here I cannot do manual, no, I cannot do manual work. I cannot do manual work here. So I cannot do manual work here. So what I'll do guys here, I'll write equal to sum, open bracket, equal to sum, open bracket, go to the first cell. Like you can select the first cell from where you want this process to start. Then control shift, press control shift, use your left hand side. So so this index function, finger, all that I don't know that much English. I don't know which is index finger, left finger, right finger, all that. So you use any two fingers of your left hand depending upon your convenience. Okay, so with one finger press control, with another finger press shift. Okay, and then here I need to go left, no, so use left arrow, control shift left arrow. Is it done guys? So if I do control shift left arrow, so now what happened? So what control shift command do guys? Control shift command will select everything. Control shift command will select everything. Okay, it will select everything. It has even it has selected my name, like character and serial number, everything. But if you include that character, no, in your calculation, then it will show you error. I hope you understanding that much. We understand all that. So what I want now, I want to remove this serial number and name, gender, all that I want to remove. Nothing to worry, guys. Then what you do, guys, you remove that control key from your the finger, no, one finger you pressed control, another finger you press shift, no. So now what you do, guys, remove the control key, with shift do one by one, right arrow, with shift do one by one. 1 minute, my system got hang or something. 1 minute, I'll do it again. So what you do, you write equal to sum. Okay, then go to the first cell, left arrow, right arrow, like that. You do whichever is your first cell from where you want to do calculation. Go to that cell. Okay, then be comfortable, go to that cell. Then control shift. My data is on left hand side. So control shift left arrow. Now everything got selected. Okay, even that serial number, name and all, gender, I don't want all that. So remove the control key, remove that finger, from the control key, keep pressing the shift key. Now right arrow. If you do right arrow, now you will reach to the first cell, the last cell, probably till where you need to do the sum. Then close bracket, enter. If you do that, you will get the sum. Clear everyone? Anyone, any doubt? Anyone, any doubt? You can change this color. I hope you know this. You can change this color and all, whichever color you want. You can fill with this, whichever color you want. Once you do one calculation, guys, once I've done one calculation, once you done one calculation, that is a beauty in Excel, that you don't have to repeat the same thing again and again. Okay, you just come here to the point, the last end of your cell. You will see a doctor sign. The moment if you reach in the cell is a rectangle now. Cell is a rectangle, ABCD. Suppose ABCD are the four vertices. To come to the bottom right vertices, come to the bottom right vertices. If you put your cursor on the bottom right vertices, you will see suddenly a doctor sign coming, cross sign coming. The moment you get that cross sign, no, then just do double click there. Then do double click. The moment you will do that, everything is being done. All the remaining cell operation is being done. So here with Excel, you will become a doctor, and without performing any operation, Excel will do all the operation. Only one operation you need to do. Rest all the operations you will do. Excel can do for you people. So that is the advantage. So normal doctor have to do all the operation every time. But when you do operation in MS Excel, you just need to do one operation. Rest all other operation Excel will do for you. Clear everyone? Anyone, any doubt with my operations? Anyone, any doubt? Any doubt with my operation? So the same thing, what you would have done, you would have copied this, control C, control C. Why is there control C? Control C, copy that formula, copy that operation, what you did, and then control V. Then if problem is that guys, na, agar, if I'll do control down arrow here, I'll go to the 10,48,576 because it is completely empty. Can you understand? Are you with me? Are you getting me what I'm telling you guys? Now the same thing, the sometimes now doctor sign does not work. It happens that when you do, sir has told that you come to the bottom right, you'll get a doctor sign and then you double click. Sometimes the doctor sign may not come. So in case if you're not getting doctor sign, you need to copy that formula, control C, copy that formula, control C, and then do control V. Then do control V, select everything, then do control V, control C, then select everything, then do control V. Okay, so many time what happened, imagine you have 1000 calculation to be done. Imagine that you have to do 1000 calculation, then you can't select and keep going to 1000 cells. No guys, you can't do that. No. So what you can do under that scenario, just come to the cell before it, come to the cell before it. The see problem what I'm facing here is that there's no data in the down. Please understand, there's no data in the down. Because there's no data in the down, I cannot use control down arrow. If I use control down arrow here, it will go to 10,48,576. Okay, but there's a data next to that. So if I use control down arrow here, I'll come to the last cell. Once I reach the last cell, then I do right arrow. Now I get the required platform. Then I'll do control shift up arrow. I'll do control shift up arrow. So thereby all the cells will get selected. And then so when I'll do control V, now if I'll do control V here, control C, left arrow, control V, down arrow, right arrow, control shift up arrow, control V. Now everything is done. Clear everyone? Clear everyone? Anyone, any doubt? So like the way you have done some, you can use the functions like average, like the way you do sum, like the same way you can do average. Average here means arithmetic mean, guys. Here average means in Excel, uh, in Excel, like normally when we use statistics, we say average means arithmetic mean, geometric mean, harmonic mean, median, mode, and all. Excel, if you write average, it will perform arithmetic mean only. So average, open bracket, go to the first cell, control shift left arrow, remove the control key, press 3 times the right arrow so that it will go to the first cell, close bracket, enter. You done this, you will get the average. Got it right? Average. This once you get this average, copy that, left arrow, control down arrow, right arrow, control shift up arrow, control V. Clear everyone? Anyone, any doubt? Okay guys, so this much we'll do in this session and we'll take a break. I'll see you all at 11:30 and then we'll continue the fourth session of our MS Excel training. So before that, anyone want to ask any question, any doubt, anything, please ask me. If you don't have any doubt, then probably I'll end this session now and I'll see you all at 11:30. Anyone, any question, anything you want to ask from me? Yeah, you can take the attendance after that. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you at 11:30. Bye.